are now tuning into The Vibe with your boys podcast. Starring Kyle the Kid and Mega the Boy. You dig?
Yes, sir. It's your boy Kyle the Kid and Mega the Boy, and welcome to another episode of Vibe with your boys podcast. How you living? How you feeling, Mega?
Cool and wooling, same old.
Any updates? No, you want to let people know?
No,
you good?
No.
Okay, most done. I'm gonna leave you alone today.
Yeah.
Let you vibe. Yeah. If y'all haven't noticed already, we got Reddz Money with us.
Yo, gang.
How you doing, my boy? Appreciate you coming through.
I really appreciate y'all. What's up, bro?
First things first, off bat, what I ask everybody: how your 2022 been going so far?
Up and down.
Up and down.
Yeah. Up and down like a motherfucker. Yeah.
So that's
like a real bipolar year.
Like roller coaster shit.
Yeah. Like one day it'd be crazy, and then the next day it'd be lit.
Hold the mic a little closer.
So yeah, one day it'd be lit. One day, be bad as hell, like be crazy as hell.
Gotcha.
Type shit.
Now, how do you maneuver through that? The highs and the lows. Like what?
I mean, you just really just gotta stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
Like eyes on the prize. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just gotta know shit come with. The shit you trying to accomplish is not easy. Feel me? So
Gotcha.
you just gotta know shit gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rocky road. So you just gotta be strong as hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Really, I be thinking about my daughter and shit like that.
So stuff like your daughter that keep okay, I'm doing this for something.
Facts, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the ups and downs. How do you change it to where it's consistent up? So more ups than downs.
Kind of use that like all that energy from you just all that pain. You just turn it into
energy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, we were speaking a little bit before we started. You say you're from Lauderhill.
Yeah.
Any particular part of Lauderhill or just Lauderhill all over?
Shallow side, deep side, Sunrise,
Gotcha.
Just a lot of little area right there.
And born and raised in Broward County or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, born and raised.
Most def. Now, I seen a song you recently dropped to where you was doing Spanish and rapping.
Yeah.
So you Spanish background?
I'm Panamanian and Jamaican.
Okay.
Yeah. So that shit kind of different.
Little foreign thing going on.
Pop Smoke was that too.
Yeah.
That's the only nigga I know that was
Panamanian.
the same shit. Yeah.
Most def. So
I had to show love on that side real quick because a lot of my homies was telling me nigga, you ain't
I seen you say something like that.
Chico shit, nigga.
Yeah.
So I had to show love to my homie Ozzy from LA and shit.
Okay.
So I feel I don't know what he's saying, but that shit sound fire. I know he's saying some trap shit. I don't know. It's crazy though. I don't know what he's saying.
Oh.
I still don't know what he's saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but you know a little Spanish though.
Like when the old girl was snapping on me, yeah. Shit like that, yeah.
Okay. So how was it growing up, with those cultures, like you said, Spanish if your old girl snapping on you, the Panamanian side,
Yeah, my pops was Jamaican, and now my pops passed when I was a young nigga. I was 5 and shit like that. So it was really my mom's,
Mm-hmm.
But it was hard though because she was working and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of I was one of them outside kids come knock on your door.
Okay.
Hey, come outside, nigga. I know you don't got privileges like me, but nigga, bring your ass outside.
Yeah, you getting people in trouble and shit. That's what you doing.
I'm bored, nigga.
Getting people in trouble around the neighborhood and shit. So as a youngin', what was you into? Because a lot of hill, outside playing sports, or you into some bullshit?
Yeah, I was in basketball.
Gotcha.
I was into basketball and shit, but I don't know, kind of I feel if you ain't on that shit consistently, middle school, high school, all through,
I'm not gonna lie, because I was into sports too, but I feel for a lot of people, if you're not just in over your head, you realize if I'm not taking this serious, I'm never gonna be nothing in it for me. But it's fun though.
It's fun as fuck.
Yeah, it's fun though.
It's fun having a referee in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
you got your jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit lit. But
all the other shit, the practicing and training.
Yeah.
I like the game though, but it'd be crazy. Niggas, I feel when niggas be practicing and shit, it be totally different. you don't remember shit from practice.
Yeah,
as soon as
just
the
going through
game
the
come on, I'm
motions.
like, yo, I don't even remember play. I'm just
Yeah.
going, come throw a pick or something, nigga. I don't remember
Most
shit, nigga. I'm trying to score.
def.
Type shit.
Now, you say you was growing up, you know, into sports or whatever. When did the focus switch off of sports, and what did it switch to? The focus, like
Switch to music.
music,
it
from
was
a
like-
young age.
Yeah. I had an older sister, and she was like, like 4 years older than me and shit like that. So, and she got, I ain't had no brothers. So,
Oh, okay.
like, she get like a little boyfriend or something. Like, at first it's smoke, off rip, like first you like off rip, like when you first meet like your sister boyfriend off rip is smoke. Like,
Even
fuck,
though you was
like,
4 years
off
younger.
rip. Yeah, the fuck.
Okay.
You just talking your shit, and then you realize like later on, like, damn, he cool as fuck. Like,
Okay.
So then now you look at him like a brother. That shit crazy. Like, So I met one of my sister's boyfriends. It's crazy. That nigga was doing music and shit. Like, he was producing and engineering at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So I was just chilling around all them boys and shit like that. Like, I ain't had no. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm outside. Like, young nigga. So I'm at them boys' crib while they recording and shit like that. And I'm watching this nigga make beats and record and all that. So I'm just learning. I'm like, damn, I want to do that. I want to make beats, because I always used to look at like Pharrell and like, I'm like, damn, that nigga make raw ass beats and Timberland and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn, them niggas make some raw ass beats. I want to do that, like, So I learned how to make beats when I was like a young nigga. I was like probably like 13, 14 type shit. Like,
Okay, for sure. Well, who was you listening to? Because you said like you was very infatuated with the producing side of it, but who was you listening to?
when like back in the day,
Yeah.
I listen to everything, to be honest. Like, I'm keeping 100. Like, I'm not a nigga who just listen to like one artist. Like,
Okay.
I listen to a lot of shit. Like, back in the day, probably was like, you know what I'm saying, Jay-Z, like, all them Lil Jon and
Okay.
feel me, Cash Money, especially Lil Wayne, like,
Mm-hmm.
But now I listen to anything though, really.
For sure. Do you remember when you recorded your first song?
I remember see some of the first songs is like play, like,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it'd be bullshit. But I remember like my first time, like I did a verse. I remember I did a verse for somebody. Not only that, I think I remember when I was like a young nigga, probably like before I even made beats and shit like that. Before I even like met my sister, like, boyfriends and all that shit or whatever. Like, I remember I was a young nigga and like, like I said, I was outside. So I remember some older niggas, they just needed a nigga on the intro. Like a young nigga on the intro.
Okay,
that's
shit.
how I end up like, and fascinated with music. Cause them niggas put me on the intro and I ain't gonna lie, that shit was fire. Like, I wish I could go back and like, that shit was so long ago. But, I was like, damn, I want to do music. Like, I want to be a rapper. I always wanted to be a rapper. But when I seen the beats and all that shit, I said, made me want to be a producer.
Yeah.
So at first I started making beats. When I started rapping later on, like, like after a while, like, all right. So like back in the day, I feel like producers needed rappers more than like, the roles kind of switched now.
Yeah.
Like rappers need producers now. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Back
for
then,
sure.
I feel like we was making beats and, down in Broward, it wasn't really like,
Yeah, it wasn't really
nobody
no scene.
rapping.
Yeah.
You don't see Ace Hill wasn't rapping that shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
So nobody was really rapping from Broward like that. So you making beats and you trying to get yourself out there.
They not
it was
fucking
kind of
with
hard, yeah, because the internet wasn't really like that.
Yeah,
Back in the
yeah.
day, it wasn't digital. Back in the day, it was CDs and, really going outside and promoting,
Promoting yourself,
So back in the day, it was just like, I had like my homeboy that was rapping and shit, and he didn't really like take it too serious. So it was like, damn, I wasted my time making all these beats, thinking I'm finna be rich by like at the end of high school, like fuck high school, like, end up having, damn, I gotta finish school and, really figure this shit out type shit,
For sure. Now, so did you watch the Kanye documentary?
I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't.
Didn't? Because I was just gonna say, because you said that you started up as a producer,
Yeah.
and then you made the transition to rap. So when you did that, because that's kind of his, transition as well, was people be like, "Nigga, you make beats, like you ain't rapping for real."
Right, yeah.
But did you get some of that, or it was just like, yeah, for sure?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100, fam. I was ass, man, when I first started
Okay,
rapping,
okay.
bro. I was ass, like, I really didn't get it together till probably like years later, like, like I'm keeping it 100. So like after high school and shit, I went to Full Sail University.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Full Sail. I was trying to go for business, so they really wanted you to do associates in one of their programs, and then bachelor's you do business. So I had to pick something for the associates. So I picked engineering. So I learned how to engineer. I learned about recording arts pretty much. You feel me? So I didn't finish it though, but I learned how to record myself. So that's when I was just, okay, let me work on myself and an artist, like, as rapping. So I'm gonna record myself, So that's when I started rapping. because I could record myself and I ain't got to worry
If you
about.
ain't got to worry about nobody critiquing
Right,
you. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I can work on myself 24/7.
Mhm.
Like, you know, I can, you know what I'm saying, get myself together. So it took me a few years, but, you know, I started doing some shit, like, you know, that was sliding. And I started fucking with one my cousin who passed away, RP Stash, you know. I was doing music with him and shit like that. And I feel like that kind of like...
you referring to J Stash?
Yeah, J Stash.
Oh, that's your cousin?
Yeah, that was
okay,
my cousin,
okay,
yeah.
wow, okay.
So back in the day when he had his little music shit going on, I just seen he had hella fans and, you know...
It made you like more interested, like, damn, let me get into it.
Yeah, I was like, damn. Because back in the day when we was young, I ain't really fuck with my cousin like that. You know?
Okay.
It was really like some distant shit, you know. And then as he got older, I see he was fucking mad hoes and doing mad shit. Like, you know, I was like, damn, cousin, what's good? Like, you know, like, link, nigga, like, you know. So we got older and we linked up and shit. So when he started saying he was doing his own little music shit, I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna fuck with it. Like, fuck it. I ain't got shit going. I learned about how to record, making beats, engineering, but I didn't learn about business and networking and this fan shit and you know what I'm saying, how to really like maneuver with this shit. So I kind of learned a lot of shit from him when I was doing all of that shit. And in the months of him being with them and shit like that, I met X, and that's how I linked up with X and shit like
Okay, so was X the first person you met from Members Only, or who was the first person you met from Members Only?
I kind of met him before Members Only.
Oh, okay, because that was
I met him young nigga, like he was like 14 probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I met him because he was like one of them young niggas that was just wanted to be a rapper like in the neighborhood. So everybody like around, like, you know, they know me and shit. So one nigga brought him to me, my homie Vibes. He brought him to my crib and we was all chopping it up. And I ended up like just like, damn, fuck with this young nigga, because I'm the type of I fuck with some young niggas. Like, you know, I fuck with the young niggas. The young niggas fuck with me, you feel me? So I was like, damn, fuck with this young nigga. He was an Aquarius. So I was like, damn, I was seeing myself in him. Like, you know, I was like, damn, you remind me of me when I was young. You know, like, damn, nigga. Like, you know, so from then I seen him that first time I met him. I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, shit. You gonna be a star, like, type shit. He's like, for real? And I was like, G shit, I swear to God. He's like, hey, bro, you the first person to tell me that type shit. So from that, we locked in and we used to crack on each other and like troll, like, you know, heavy, like OD type shit. So we, you know, got along. We always just kept it, you know, kept our bond. Like, we always kept it locked in, like, you know. So that's kind of how I came up in the Members Only shit. I knew all them boys, though, from, like, young niggas, like, because they a little younger than me, too. They, like, couple of them, like, 2 years. Some of them, like, 5 years younger than me, like, you know. So, you feel me? I knew all them when we was jits, you know. It was just meant to be. It was a line, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, now, before X and Members Only, like, really took off, like, in the early stages when the group formed and everything, officially, did at any of those points before it took off, like, damn, we really have like a lot of talent, like, surrounding us.
Them boys been seeing that shit, and, like, everybody seen that shit, like, you know, like, from the jump. It was just you gotta put in the work, getting them boys out there. A lot of them niggas did a lot of groundwork and promoting on Twitter and a lot of shit, bro. That's like you know, overseen, like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of niggas was really like really grinded for Jaw and Ski to get on, like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of them niggas like just wasted their whole, like, you know, because it's like them, they ain't getting the love
belief
back, like, type shit. But a lot of played out, like, a lot of work like played into them boys getting on type shit. So
most definitely.
Yeah. So they definitely knew.
You looking back and seeing their growth and seeing the group, you know, coming to what it was, did you take it for granted, or was you embracing it? Like, damn, this is like they doing shows and everybody's packed out and
like, what do you mean, like when he first came out of jail, or like
when it was like still local, like everything, you know, doing the local shows and
it was
everybody's gravitating to it.
At the time when niggas was doing mad shows and just doing everything, it wasn't really like you didn't know what was really going on. We was just like, yo, we working, like, you know what I mean? Niggas is working, like, niggas just doing their shows, doing what they gotta do, you know? It's just part of it, you know what I mean? Just doing mad shows, fucking that shit up, you know, turning that shit up.
Now, when X did get out of jail, but while in jail, he's blowing up. Right. He's blowing up, and I believe Look at Me was doing numbers and things like that. Yeah. Was you personally, or like was the group like, damn, when he gets out, it's gonna be up? Like, y'all felt the momentum, or
like when shit was going crazy on the internet? I ain't gonna lie. Where I was at, I can't speak for nobody else. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I was a whole different type of nigga. I don't even like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wasn't even on no music shit.
Okay.
Then, like, you know, I was in the streets, you feel me? But
Mhm.
I knew little bro, like, was like, you know, I knew he was finna, you know, go up type shit. Cause I seen the hype and I seen all the little Drake shit, and, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie.
He's on the blogs,
crazy, like,
academics,
right,
everybody's posting him.
crazy, you know. But even when he got out, it was just like even more like a, damn, bro, you going, like, damn, nigga, you going in, like, I ain't gonna lie, what the fuck, like, you know, like, I ain't expect, like, you know, this shit, like, damn, nigga, you like #1 type shit, like, you know, like, shit was crazy.
Okay. Now, when you got out of jail, when he got out of jail, you were saying that, you know, you wasn't even much focused on the music. So when did it hit you to, okay, let me either, if not take it serious, take it more serious than I am now? Because I see, you know, you're on songs with Members Only or Touching Body, got millions of plays and stuff like that. And was that around the time you're like, okay, let me actually do this? Or
hell yeah. It was more like he was kind of like influencing me, like, you know, and even talking to me, telling me like, yo, get your shit together, nigga. Like, you know, you about to go on tour, like, what you doing? Like, you know, get yourself together. And, you know, it's kind of like, damn, let me get back on my shit. That was like the real, like, okay, let me take this shit serious for real. Like, you know, and it was still like, I was still rusty as fuck. To me a little, you know, minute to get back in there.
It's like, rapping is like a sport. You gotta.
I had to go through more shit too, like, you know, along the line, like, you know, so. It was like, damn, that was a time where it was like, damn, I gotta go crazy. Like, you know, I gotta take this shit serious as fuck if I really want to do this, you know? So, definitely.
Most definitely. Now, when the height and everything comes up and you guys are, X is right at the pinnacle and everything like that, is it kind of like, damn, it's unbelievable? Like, to see how big he became? Because at one point, you could make the argument he was the biggest thing in music,
bro. It was
strong argument.
Bro, it was so crazy, bro. People was blowing me up, bro.
This is the kid you know from 14 years old.
Exactly. It was people was blowing me up, talking to me about him. You know, trying to get to him, trying to, you know, trying to, like, you know, use me to get to him, and all that shit played out. Bro. It was crazy shit. And then it was like a lot of learning experiences too. Like, you know, how to learn. Like, damn, people will really use you to get somewhere or get to somebody.
Yeah, or be around you.
Right, and you'll know a motherfucker, they, you know what I'm saying, forever. And motherfucker just two-faced, like not even two-faced, snaking your ass. Like, you know, like just straight up using you to get to somewhere. Like, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. I had to learn a lot about that shit, bro.
Did that affect some of your relationships that you had?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fell out with a lot of people I never thought I'd fall out with. Type shit. For real.
Most definitely. Now, when, of course, X passed and that came, you know, nobody expected it. I still remember where I was when I seen it. You remember where you was when?
Man, I was on the phone with that nigga like not even an hour before he died, bro.
Okay.
I ain't even get to talk to him. I literally FaceTimed him. He was sitting down in the I guess, a little car shit, a little dealership shit, whatever the fuck. And he just answered the phone, and I just remember I was on the phone, and I put my daughter's face on the phone, and then he just, I'm gonna call you right back, fam. And then that was it.
Okay.
And the next thing you know, niggas blowing on my phone. And I'm like looking, I'm like, man, that's some fake shit.
It's one of the things I just talked to this nigga.
Exactly. I'm like, man, that's fake shit, bro. You know? And then it took me, like, one of my homies the night before, he went through some shit, like, like niggas was shooting at him and shit. And it took for him to call me, because I'm like, all right, this nigga called me. I gotta look at it. Like, you know, like, you just went through some shit last night. You can't be calling me. This shit must be real. Because I'm thinking it's some fake Facebook shit, you know? And then I looked at this, I was like, seeing it was TMZ with the blue check. I start calling niggas, I start calling, you know, Briss and Ice and all them niggas. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on? Yeah. And I get up, I just jump in the car and drive to the hospital. I don't even know what hospital I drove to. Nigga, I drove to the wrong hospital. Yeah, I went to Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. She was all the way in North Broward.
Now, moving, you know, fast forward, like you said, you're from Broward.
Yeah.
Broward's at this stalemate right now to where it's like, I feel like it's a lot of just like hate going on, a lot of jealousy, a lot of stuff like that. So with you being from Broward, I'm assuming that you do have love for it, but at the same time, do you kind of like despise it to where it's like, damn, why can't we all just be great and just, you know?
It's just, yeah, Broward been like that though. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's hard for you to really like for them to accept you. You know that. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
look at X. Broward wasn't accepting of X at first until
Yeah.
he won us
He down the
over.
door, yeah.
He won us over. Like,
Yeah.
but when it was love, it was love. When it's love,
yeah.
it's love.
Always love for Broward. You know that
Mhm.
forever. Especially if you like. I remember niggas was on tour. Niggas, I've been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And like, I be in LA for a minute. I'm like, damn, I miss home. I want to go home. I want to go back to Broward. This shit crazy. You know, you just love your routines. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can go get some food. You know where to go at. You know what I'm
It's just
saying?
like nothing better than
Like,
home.
you know? Yeah. So, right, ain't nowhere like Broward though, for sure.
To show. Do you have any like crazy tour experience like that happened like you personally? I know a lot of stuff is happening to a lot of people, but like you personally, like
hell yeah.
something you ain't got to go to for the wildest one, but something
Yeah, I ain't
you
gotta
can
go
share.
to the wildest one, but
Yeah, but something you can
nigga,
share.
I think I used to have a video of bust my ass on stage.
Just falling around and shit.
Cause T.I. son King,
Mhm.
he performed before me, and I think the nigga was throwing water.
Yeah.
And you know, one of them niggas ain't gonna throw the water right.
Yeah.
One nigga just gonna throw water
Hey,
and just gonna be
everywhere.
on the stage.
Fuck
Like, you
it,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So me, you know, my high ass. And I was sick on tour because I never been in snow. So I was sick this whole second half of tour.
Where
like,
was it?
Huh?
Where was it?
This one was in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But I was straight, like I was chilling. I was trying to get back to life, and then I just remember I was smoking, and then I just remember I'm high as shit, about to go perform. So I'm like, all right, you know, I'm finna just run on this side and then run back. You know what I mean? Do my little thing. Man, slip, bust my ass. Got right back up though.
Oh, you
Tight shit.
try to play it off as like one of the things like it was embarrassing.
It was kind of one of them slips, and you just get back up real quick, but everybody just screamed real quick. But you just like, fuck it. Just keep it going, tight shit.
That type of crowd, they don't care anyway. Hey, he fell. He probably let anyway.
Tight shit, yeah. Niggas had crazy experiences on tour. Just probably too high to remember right now. Like, you know?
Nah, I feel you. Now,
hell yeah.
Moving forward, I watched some of your interview that you did with Suave the Wiz on Medicated Educators.
Facts.
And you and Bass was saying like basically admitted like, you know, it got to the point after X-Pass members only, you know, lost the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So now moving forward, is the plan to get back the momentum, or the plan is just to put in work and then whatever happens, happens?
I just feel like it lost the momentum as a group.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like the momentum is still there for individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just niggas got to show their work ethic. You know what I mean? That's really what it play out. Because if a nigga make a hit tomorrow, all that shit not even gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? So,
but what
niggas just got to work individually. I feel like.
So what about for you personally? Is it just like
it's the same shit? Like work individually. You know?
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, me and Bass just did a song last night. So we still be working. Niggas be working.
You and him work together often. Like he produces.
Yeah, he produces. Yeah. Hell yeah, he produced all his shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. But now, members only as a group. Yeah, because I don't feel like the group really as a group together like no more. You know,
togetherness.
I feel like niggas was doing that shit. You know, for their brother. Well, the ones that was still in the group was doing it for their bro. You know what I mean? But a lot of shit played out different because couldn't control other niggas. Niggas doing wild shit.
It was
you know
like
what
he
I'm
was
saying?
like the glue. Got you.
You can't control a next nigga. You know what I'm saying? So when the next nigga do some fuck shit, it affects a group. You know what I mean? But me as a man, what can I do for the next man? Like to tell the next man not to do some shit. He gonna do it regardless. But it's gonna affect the group.
Yeah.
So that's why I say as a group, yeah. But individually, nah. Everybody still got a way. You know what I mean?
Is it still a group? Like, is member only still a group?
I know I still be with Flyboy, Bass, my nigga Dre, Absent Will, J Mob, Ice.
I mean, at that point, if that's the group, you feel me? You can't really speak on who's your other people, but
you know, I can't really, exactly.
Because
a nigga, we all a group, right? So you could fuck with me and him fall out, but you still fuck with him.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you see that all the time. Like, I've been watching a lot
of
group
shit. That's groups for you.
That's GUnit. Like 50 could fall out with somebody, be cool with this person.
Banks,
Like
that's fall out with Banks and Yayo's still cool with Banks.
That's groups everywhere. So that's no different from.
I just feel like what's fucked up is that one man do fall on like the next man and shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
and that shit be kind of like fucking everything up.
And that's kind of like with. I mean, you guys of course are a popular group, but that's kind of like with friends in general. Like there's something your mans can do can affect you. It's like and people
and niggas be telling niggas that, but
you
can't control the next nigga, bro. So that's why all that shit play out like that.
Different now, because of some shit you did. Not looking at me different.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
So that's how that shit play out, bro. So they can say what they want, but niggas can still do their shit. Like tomorrow, Bass can make a hit and all that shit niggas said, it didn't even matter, bro.
Most
know what I mean?
def. Now, fast forward to 2022, Against All Odds,
Facts.
the EP.
Right.
You dropped that about five songs on there.
Nah, it's really 15 songs. It's just dropping it different, doing some different type of shit. Like
Oh, like parts of it.
Facts. So dropping
okay.
5 songs. I already dropped 5 songs. I already did them videos.
Okay,
So now I'm about to drop another 5 songs. You feel
Mm.
me? I got features on that one.
Gotcha.
And then I got another 5 coming like right after that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and the cover's different. This cover was green. The next cover's blue.
So
and the
different
last cover's
collections.
red. Right.
Is the next part coming before the end of 2022?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All that shit coming out 2022.
Okay, for sure.
Because it's like a project, but
Cause that
it's
was
split.
that was just in July. You officially
Different
dropped it. So
style.
this is August. Okay.
yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I got my shit got delayed because I ain't gonna lie, nigga disabled my Instagram for a little bit, so that shit kind of like delayed me for a little
Somebody
bit.
like hacked you or some shit, or
Man,
it's
I
just
don't know,
Instagram
it's
bugging
crazy
out.
shit, bro. Niggas be hating, bro. You feel me? So
Gotcha. Okay.
you know how that shit go. My shit
Now,
was disabled for a little bit
gotcha. Now, Against All Odds. Why that name though?
because nigga against all odds, bro. Nigga really against all odds out here. Like you know, a lot of shit go down, play down in a nigga life. You know, where it's like, damn, nigga, like I'm against a wall right now. Like you know what I'm saying?
Is it
Type
one of
shit.
those things like all odds are against me? I'm gonna make it against all odds, or
It's just now I'm against all laws. Like that's just what it is, bro. Like I'm striving through all that shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like a lifestyle. Like all the odds are against a nigga, bro. But guess what? Nigga still gonna make it through that motherfucker. You feel me? I got that shit tatted on me and all, bro. You feel me?
lifestyle at this point, like
yeah, just against all odds. So much shit is feel me played out for a nigga that was crazy, bro. And it
So-
just feels like nigga against all odds right now.
like you said in the beginning of the interview, ups and downs. When a down happened, you know, like is it like okay, it hits you, fuck, but against all odds, like that mentality is
Facts.
just keeping you.
That's just what it is.
Mhm.
Just gotta snap it. Smoke a joint. Think about it. Think about how this shit can make tomorrow. You know, a way you can make tomorrow better. You know what I mean? Like a way
Now-
you still can strive through that shit.
Now with a song like "Supposed to Be," right?
Right.
I feel like it's like the most different song out of the 5 you put out there. Is that like more of you being introspective or just on some like laid back, let me talk about some stuff that's, you know.
That's like kind of like a new style I'm finna come out with too.
Okay.
It's like some old Wiz type shit, like a
Yeah, it's
vibe,
like
you know what I mean?
reflective
Like
vibes,
some
yeah.
smoking, some shit for some weed smokers, you know,
Yeah.
motherfuckers
Yeah.
that love weed and shit like that, you know.
Mhm.
Trying to bring that sound back, you know, type shit with my own little style. So that was just like some other shit. Like I was trying out, see how motherfuckers react to it.
A song like that, because I mean, you have a lot of music that's like on like lit vibes and, you know, turn up vibes.
Right.
But a song like that, is that a song you still freestyle or you got to write or think about it? a
All
little bit
right.
more?
I freestyle
know,
everything.
Freestyle everything. Even a
Everything.
song like that.
Last song I probably wrote, bro, was Touching Body.
Ah.
Put this on everything.
But that, you did good on your verse though, so you didn't, you know.
I was on Adderall.
Okay. So you giving the credit to that, not to the writing.
Nah, I had a snap.
Okay.
It was a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you never went back to writing like, you know, I did my thing on
I got
that
too
one.
much anxiety. Like I feel like when a nigga be writing, I be feeling like too much
Start
words
thinking-
to say, too much shit to say.
Okay.
If I feel like I could just record it, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm just gonna think of something right now, record it right now. You know, fuck it.
Got you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, Against All Odds, that was the first part you dropped in July. What else could they expect from you? I know you said you got the other parts coming. What else can they expect from you for the rest of 2022 and moving forward?
Just more videos,
Mhm.
features and shit.
Heavy into the visuals right now.
Yeah, definitely. But it's kind of slow right now, but finna get back to it. Crazy type shit, you know. I ain't been recording lately too, but I got a lot of music in store, like type shit. you know?
Gotcha.
I already had like this project already done. You feel me? I just had to add a little more to it. You feel me? And get shit mixed and shit like that.
Now, before we end off, I want to talk a little bit more about Broward County and the state that it's in, like music-wise. I feel like people like, of course, Kodak and X and others that are now coming up, like they're shining a light on it to where like the city is like, I feel like at the biggest it's ever been musically. So who are some of the ones that like you fuck with? It could
From
be
Broward?
in Broward, yeah.
Heem.
Mhm.
Heem. You ever heard of Scale Baby?
Yeah.
Scale Baby go
Yeah.
crazy. He got some hits.
Yeah, he
Like
just
some
dropped
real
the
hits.
patois vibes.
Exactly. Yeah, he
yeah.
got some real hits. Scale Baby. Y'all make sure y'all check out Scale Baby.
Yeah, for sure. He dope.
Who else? Really like niggas. I be fucking with King. You ever heard of YMC King?
Yeah.
He's fire.
Mhm.
He's dope. He's a dope artist. Got some niggas from Shallow Side, El Snappo and shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Junkie, my homie Junkie the Snowman, shit like that. A lot of niggas be slime. You ever heard of Remy 100?
Yeah. Remy, we put
Remy go
Remy on here,
crazy.
but some shit happened. But yeah, I thought
Remy go crazy. Flyboy Tarantino.
For sure.
Flyboy gotta go crazy soon. Bass, you already know that.
Yeah.
Regular shit.
You being tapped in with so much talented rappers, is that also like inspiration sometimes itself?
Yeah, but it kind of plays out like, all right, so should be different. Like sometimes like back in the day, like when you was a young nigga, you used to see like all these rap niggas and shit like that. But when you meet them, it's like sometimes you just get a whole different vibe than what you whole thought it was. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like not no funny shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like niggas be on some whole different shit, like different timing that you thought niggas was on. You feel me? And they be like, shit weird, like, you know. But and then kind of like it's just like, damn, fuck it. It's just regular now. These niggas is just like, you know, because you a rap nigga yourself as you go along the way and you doing this shit for so much years. It's just regular shit, bro. Like, you know, niggas just be chilling. Like, I remember niggas was in the same, at Rolling Loud, niggas was in the same little room with Thug, like, you know, just chilling. Like, you know, just Thug right there, just chilling. Like, you know, I ain't no fan ass nigga or none of that, you know, it's just regular, bro. Part of this shit. You'll see him a lot.
Now, I want to ask you this, being that, you know, you're back on the music scene, trying to push it and everything. You've been on tour, you've performed in front of however many people. At this point now, how is it balancing the business of like doing your music and like the personal life? Like, you know, you say you got a daughter, and I'm sure you know sometimes you want to have fun, but is it like, okay, gotta handle this?
You gotta do other shit too.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people misconstrue, or I said the word wrong, but you already know the fuck I'm trying to say.
Misconstrue?
Yeah. The rap game, it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at more business minded, more than talent wise, because it's different. Like, if you really want a talent, bro, a lot of people, you know, like it's not no Subway where you could just go play a fucking guitar or whatever the fucking motherfucker, you just gonna get a record deal. You know, you gotta really you gotta really make that lighter and get that spark for the record label to, you know, establish and manifest your lighter in stores. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So a lot of people look at the rap game different, but I don't know. That shit, it's a business, bro. You know.
So, do you try to? You treat it as such. So, if you have to go to the stew, like, okay, I'm going to the stew, or
I do. Yeah, I go to the stew, or like I said, I record myself too.
Okay.
My whole album Trap Jam during pandemic, I was recording that shit at the crib.
Okay, got you.
Record that shit at the crib, bro, and then I just got that shit mixed. So I could record anytime. Like, you know, I got hella shit. It's just really the videos, the visuals, and the promotion and the marketing, and, you know, just all that into it. I'm independent, so it's like, you know, I ain't signed yet, so it's like, you know, I'm trying to build that shit up to where it's like, you know, it makes sense for me to like give it to, you know,
most def
a motherfucker to, you know.
Most def. Now, lastly, what does Reddz do to relax? Like, what is your vibe? Like, stuff going on? Like
some Starbucks and a margarita.
Starbucks and margarita.
Yeah. Let me tell you some crazy shit. I was at Rolling Loud, right? And we was behind Gunner's. When Gunner was performing, we was behind the stage or whatever. And I was telling niggas, it's like 2019 now. I was telling niggas, I'm like, yo, if I see Tiana Trump, nigga, it's up, right? Gang, why I manifested that shit. So I'm sitting there, right? I'm sitting on the curb. My homie like, yo, let me see if you bout that life. I'm like, yo, what you talking about?
Boy, I've been
I'm
waiting
thinking
on
we
this
finna
moment.
fade. I think we finna fade some niggas or some
Okay.
shit. I'm like, what you talking about, bro? What's up? Like, there she go right there. I'm like, huh? Tiana Trump right there. Put this on everything. Niggas went up there and talked to her. I talked to her, you feel me? Chopping and I was rolling the joint. She like, I lied though. I was like, I mean, my homie was like, yo, my homie said, you know you from somewhere or some shit like that, right? And she like, you know me from somewhere? Where you know me from? I'm like, LA. I seen you in LA. I was talking to you in LA. She like, LA? You ain't see me no LA? Da-da-da type shit. I'm just capping my ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I seen you in Fairfax or whatever that I was talking to. She's like, She's like, what you smoking on? Some gas? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm smoking on some gas, you know? So I talked to her and shit, you know, doing my thing or whatever, you know, but it was mad shit going on, you know, mad motherfuckers coming around, you know, it's mad fans, so, you know, she wasn't really trying to talk, you know, so I ain't get the number, none of that. So she looked at me crazy though.
But you did what you
she gave
said
me
you
a good
was gonna
look.
do,
She gave me like a little winky eye or whatever. That shit kind of made me go crazy, but I ain't really get a chance to,
Yeah.
But that was a little crazy experience too, though.
Most def. You look at that shit like a missed opportunity or like, damn.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
Facts. Brick.
Oh, you consider that a brick?
Brick. Brick squad.
Win some, lose some type shit.
Happens. At least I got
Happens
to talk
to the
her,
best
so,
and worst.
That's like
for sure.
a lot of niggas dream, right?
Most def. So, Starbucks margarita, you in your element. That's
Starbucks margarita.
most def.
Facts.
Most def. Well, let the people know where they can tap in where you at, find you, follow you.
Before we go there, I do got a question. So being around X, right?
Yeah.
X was very complex. I think the only other artist we could compare X to is probably Tupac. As far as the duality, layers, different
Okay.
layers of
Facts.
duality, right?
Facts.
What is something that X left you with that people may not know, like about X?
That's a good ass question. I ain't gonna lie. Really? The good friend that he really was, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, a lot of people just see it as like it was so given, but it was more caring, bro, too, bro. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was on a whole different level, bro. Like, I'm saying that because it changed me, you know? It changed my whole life, you know? Like, real nigga shit. Like, bro changed my life. Cause I ain't gonna lie, before bro came out of jail and shit like that, I ain't see, like, my future wasn't, like, clear. It was dark, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, when bro came, bro, it was a whole light, like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that money and all that fuck shit. Like, you know?
Just his presence.
It was just his presence,
yeah.
and he was just trying to change me into a man that I'm supposed to be. That's what really, like, something that I'll never forget,
real.
bro. No cap.
Long live X, man.
For
So,
sure.
all right, and let everybody know where they can tap in where you at.
Yeah, Instagram, Reddz Money, man. You know what time it is, nigga. You already know. YouTube, Reddz Money. Tap in. You already know.
Most def. Well, appreciate you coming through, my boy.
Already. Love.
Make
Appreciate
sure
y'all
you
boys.
guys like, comment, and subscribe. It's Kyle the Kid, Mega the Boy, Reddz Money, and we out.
You did.
Sure.